Lovely. Right. Thank you all for coming tonight. It really does mean a lot because it makes so much difference to have people here and actually participating. So we are very grateful. So thank you. Tonight's training is all about your customer group and how to make the most of it. Myself and Claire have been doing this for over 2.5 years now, and we've had a customer group since day one. So, and Claire will tell you that she's actually got two because she had to start again. So, you know, that goes to show just how important it is because she knew she needed one. So when she got hacked, she started from scratch. And we wanted to do a training in December so that we can all connect because December is notoriously, people always say, oh, it's slow, we can't get sales, it's really busy. And although it is very busy, it's also December and people are also wanting to buy Christmas gifts. And your customer group is really important in terms of that because it's how you stay visible with your customers. So we just wanted to sort of show you what we do and see whether or not that's something that you guys can do. Because ultimately, I get a lot from my customer group and you know, it's where I share everything, and I know Claire's the same, and you know, it's where everybody kind of sees all our stuff really. It doesn't take away from direct messaging because that's again something completely separate, but this just forms part of your business. But for us, it's a pretty important part of our business. Okay, so what I want to do first, I want to know in the chat, do you have a customer group? So please write in the chat. You don't have to speak, you just have to write in the chat. And I have got the chat up, so let's see if we can get some responses. Yes. Is iPhone 2 Natalie? No, yes. I thought it was. I thought you came on an iPhone 2 last time. Yes, but I use my VIP chat on Messenger mostly. Yes. Lovely. Okay. So basically you have all got your customer groups, which is amazing. So how often, again in the chat, how often do you post in your customer groups? On a daily basis, weekly basis? How many times? Let us know in the chat. So I feel like that we need some like music while we're waiting for people to respond. That hold music.
Every day.
Every day. How often?
Kath, every day. Love it.
How many times, Catherine? On average. I know it's different every day, but on average. Tried to post daily at least 3 times. Amazing. Just want to kind of gauge how you're all doing it. Due to me hitting a bump in my business, not as much as I should once a day. Committing to a few posts a day, then nothing for a day or
Once a day is still good, Becca.
Thank you for being honest, everyone. Though honestly, you know, if you're not honest, we really can't help you. So thank you for being honest. It makes a difference. Okay. So tonight we're both going to share our pages on the screen so that you can on the screen so that you can see. But I also wanted to just have a quick, or give you a quick sort of group versus business page. I have both, so they're completely different. A group is something that can be private. You can make it public. You can invite people to it. If you post in it, people get notifications. It has things like the chat link to it. You can do events inside it, that sort of thing. A business page is a little bit more. So I see it as like a group is like a little community hub. And a business page is like your shop window. So that's how I sort of see it. So like if you were an actual shop, your business page would be your shop window and your group would be your VIP club. It's that type of thing. I have both because Facebook pages are searchable. So if somebody randomly searches for Disney and you've posted a load of Disney on your business page, you may come up in their Facebook search. So I tend to always post our Disney stuff on my business page, whereas my group, as much as I post the products, it's also a lot about me. Like today, I don't think I've posted any Scentsy today. I've literally posted my new nose piercing twice. I've posted my morning post, and I think that's it, because I just haven't had the time. But that's still 3 posts today. And I actually post anywhere between 3 and 7 or 8 posts a day, every day. And it just changes. It depends what I'm doing. If I've got a Scentsy day, I'll post more. If I'm working in the office in my other job, then I post a little bit less. But it ranges from what we've got going on to what I've got going on. But every single day, and I have posted every single day since I started. And Annie's on here. Annie will know that I scheduled a post on my wedding day, and that Annie was a customer at the time, and she took over my page for me while I was getting married. And I still posted. Once we'd got married, I still posted, because it's my business and I knew I had to. So that's the difference between a group and a page. So I am going to hand over to Claire. I'm going to screen share so you can see her lovely group. And she's going to
I was going first.
She's going to do a Chris Whitty, and she's going to tell me when I need to scroll rather than the next slide. Right, can you see that?
Yay!
Woo!
So welcome to my customer group, everyone.
Right, tell me where
So
you want to
I'm very much like Emma, where I don't limit the amount of times I post in a day, but I will post between 3 and 8 possibly. But it varies from day to day. I also do have a business page, but I'm going to put my hands up and be totally authentic and honest. I do not utilize my business page as much as I should. But for me personally, I do prefer my customer group. Emma mentioned that I have 2 customer groups. That's not because I'm greedy. That was because I was hacked back in the summer. My whole social media was taken over, my Facebook and my Instagram. And I stupidly did not have an admin, like another person as admin in my customer group. It was just me. So here is my first top tip. Have someone else you know, whether it be a family member, a close friend, or even one of us as part of your Scentsy team. When you have your customer group, make sure you have a backup person as your admin, so that if you do get kicked out of your group for any reason, or you get hacked like me, your admin can add you back in and you won't lose your customer group. So I had to start my whole customer group from scratch. So this is my new group. So Emma, you can scroll down now.
Oh,
Emma, scroll.
Right, where do you want me to go to? Yeah.
Donna says, my daughter's an admin of mine because sometimes when I share, oh, that went off, Donna. I didn't see the rest of your comment. Hang on a sec. My daughter's an admin in mine because sometimes when I try to share my group link, I accidentally leave. See, exactly. We all need somebody there as a backup for one reason or another.
Yeah, 100%.
So obviously, the posts that you'll see in my group are very much similar to what Emma described earlier as like your customer group being a day in the life of you. That's how I see my customer group. I use real life photos more than flyers, because I think when people see your face and see that it's you behind the screen, you're sharing your life, your family, things that you love about Scentsy, you're just going to come across so much more authentic, and it's building the know, like, and trust as part of your business. That's super important. So my first tip, I've done loads of bullet points. So if I'm going off on a tangent or you're not understanding me, please stop me in the chat. But my first top tip is build relationships with your customers. Your customers and your customer group is the building block of your business. It's the most important thing, I feel, in my eyes, is your customers. They order from you. So yeah, they're the most important part of your business. Get to know them. Friend request them on social media. Don't be afraid to send them a friend request. Reply to every single comment in your group. It doesn't matter if it's just an emoji. If someone's just left an emoji on one of your posts and they're commenting on your content, you want to be responding to them and thanking them for that comment. I have put that. Build relationships with your customers, reply to every single comment. Emma, you can just carry on posting whenever you want, but carry on scrolling whenever you want. Just to, like, as I'm talking, just go down. So what?
No, carry
What'd
on.
you say? Oh, sorry. Make at least one post a day personal. So something that's not Scentsy related.
Let me find it.
That again, building the like and the trust. I have posted something personal today, I'm sure. There you go. Me and Spencer. That was first thing in the morning. Our routine is we get up, we have breakfast, and I say photo. Sometimes he's in the photo, sometimes he's not. Generally 9 times out of 10, if you are in my customer group, you'll see a good morning post. It always starts with good morning or hello all. It explains briefly what I'm going to be doing that day. If I'm going to work, obviously most of you know I work in nursery as well. I will always just say, good morning, I'll be back to Scentsy mode later after nursery. So make it personal about you and show your face. Don't be afraid to show your face. You all have beautiful faces. You're all lovely people, and people want to get to know you. And the most important thing of one of the Scentsy core values being authentic is that you need to show your face. Don't be afraid to. They're not going to mind if you've just got out of bed and put a selfie on. People don't mind. People are nosy. They like to know what you're up to. So show your face. Post your Scentsy live photos. So what I mean by this is when you've had a delivery day, snap a picture. If you're out doing deliveries or running errands, snap a picture. If you're making samples, take a picture. So that one in particular, I was just cleaning my kitchen after dinner and I snapped a photo of it using the counter clean. It's things like that. You don't have to make it salesy. I don't think I made that one salesy. I just said something like after dinner cleanup. What did I write? I can't even read that, Emma. What did I write?
No, something for Paulie Spencer. So we actually managed to sit and have dinner without rushing out the door after school. Now for the cleanup with this magic in a bottle. Look at that shine. So literally no sales, no call to action or anything in there. Literally just sharing the product.
It's just sharing the product. That's all you're doing. What have I said now? Yeah, so try and use real life photos, show your face, show your deliveries, making samples, be authentic. What else have I got here? Be authentic. I've literally said all my notes within like 5 minutes. I knew this was going to happen. Like, I whizzed through it so quickly.
That's all right.
My last thing is stay up to date with your news tab. Now, you might wonder why I'm saying this. Like this, you probably think this doesn't have anything to do with your customer group, but it all comes down to being authentic. Is make sure you're checking in on your news tab on your workstation and checking in on the team groups daily so that then you can give your customers up-to-date info on what's happening in the Scentsy world. So if we have a product launch or for example, you've shared a fragrance flower and you've commented on a scent, but that scent's gone out of stock because you didn't check first. It's just being authentic and giving your customers the correct information. And I think, to be honest, that's it from my end. I love my customer group. My customers are super, super important to me. And I am friends on social media, I think, with every single one of my customers. Most of them I've known through different stages of my life before I joined Scentsy, but then the customers I've met during Scentsy, like since I've joined, have actually become really good friends. And I talk to them pretty much daily, whether that be on my customer group through a comment or a messenger, or when I'm dropping off their delivery, I'll have a chat with them at the door because they know, like, and trust me. And that's really what I wanted to emphasize in my little snippet of customer group is it's super, super important for your customers to get to know you because that's what's going to bring repeat business in and repeat orders in every single month because they're going to fall in love with you as well as the products.
100.
That's me done. I hope that was helpful, guys.
Thank you. Like, I'm just going to stop How do I stop the share? Oh, there we go. There's the button.
Just shared my TV.
I was, yeah.
As you
But
do.
that was you watching the holiday, and that's people getting to know what you do. That's what, you know, doesn't matter whether it's the TV or not.
Oh, that's literally just reminded me one thing. You want to make your post engaging. So ask questions. What's their favourite Christmas film? What vegetable do they like on their Christmas dinner? Anything like that to
Yeah.
build engagement and get interaction is key.
I scrolled past your question about who you would have for Christmas dinner. Which famous person would you invite for Christmas dinner? And I saw
That was
David
a really
Attenborough.
good one.
That is a great shout. David Attenborough's a great shout.
I know, that was like really shocked me. I was like, oh, that's a good one, isn't it?
Good one. Right, my turn. Okay, let's screen share again. Although I've now got to go and find my customer group. Hold on a minute. Right. Oh God.
I'm making you work double hard tonight.
Just gonna have to move you all over there. No, that's not me.
Has anyone got any questions so far? If you have, just pop them in the chat.
Well, feel free to unmute yourself. Don't let us talk all night. You don't have to put your camera on to talk. Okay, this is my lovely customer group. I normally have a cover photo that has got my details on it and stuff, but at Christmas I always change it to a Christmassy one. And these cover photos are in the groups, so if you do want one, then feel free to steal one out of the groups. I think Laura shared them. I think we've shared them as well, haven't we? So my customer group is called my VIP customer group because they genuinely are my VIPs. I look after them. I want them to feel looked after because I want them to repeat buy. And that is the aim of the game, because I went back through my order book a while back when I was doing things like follow-ups to try and get that extra PLV in October it was. And I looked back and I was like, I haven't actually got that many sort of customers in terms of like lots of different ones. They were all sort of the same people and they literally buy from me on a regular basis. And that's because I do treat them literally like royalty, because they pay my bills, or they will be when I do my job. So for me, I call it a VIP customer group because that's what they are. That is what they are. So for me, my most important post is my morning post. I do it every single morning without fail, because for me, that is opening my shop up. That is me telling them that I'm working, I'm selling Scentsy, and, you know, they're welcome to buy it, basically, in a nutshell. Now, my morning post is always the same. Now, you're going to see my lovely bloody nose there. Apologies. I got my nose pierced today. It was a 40th birthday present to myself. My birthday's on Saturday, but I went with my friend today. Got some interaction though, so that was all good. But literally, right, so here we go. So this is literally my post with a different, I've got a real thing about mugs. I've got so many mugs, it's not even funny. And I have all different ones. And every time I buy a mug, Chris is like, where the hell are you going to put that? It's literally got no room in the kitchen cupboard. I've already moved the kitchen cupboards around so I can accommodate all my mugs, and I've still run out of space. It's ridiculous. But that is my thing. And my customers know that I love a mug. So like every so often they'll share a mug with me, like, oh, look at this, you'll love this. So that, you know, they know that about me. So every single morning without fail, I take a photo of a cup of coffee, because that's what I do every morning. I sit down with a cup of coffee, I do my gratitude, I read my book, and I catch up with any messages and do my posts. And you all know that because I post in the team group as well. So that's my routine. And that morning post gets a fair bit of interaction. Sometimes people comment, people like it. And again, same as Claire, I literally just tell them what I'm doing. So today I said that I was just let people know that orders were taking a little bit longer, because I've had a couple of people chase a couple of orders, but I've got one big order that's not been shipped yet. Told them that I was back in the office, taking more Scentsy goodies in, because I had somebody that thingied. I've also got a spelling mistake, which is always helpful. But that just shows that that's just me. And I obviously let them know that I knew I was getting my nose pierced today, and I let them know that I was going to have a little give myself a little birthday gift, and could they guess what it was? And I always literally put on the bottom, have the best day, or enjoy your Wednesday or Thursday or whatever it is. And that is literally every single morning. I've done that every single morning without fail, because it's just what I do. And obviously, I mean, these are my Christmas warmers, but there's always warmers in the background, because I try and take a photo, even if I'm changing my wax, even when I'm cleaning my kitchen, I always try and have a warmer in the background, because you never know who's looking at it. So I had a customer, I changed my wax, and she messaged me and she was like, "Is that snowman a warmer?" It's like, yeah. And then instead of buying that one, she bought the Sperling snowman. So always put your warmers in the background, people, because you never know who's looking. So morning post is super important. The other things that I post are very similar to Claire. Updates, so like things like shipping, LTOs, whether we've got a flash sale, whether we've got clearance updates. Everything is real life. The only flyers I post are Disney mainly, because obviously we've got massive compliance and license and stuff with that. So Disney, I will use marketing images from Sensi's website and Sensi and can't remember where's that workstation. But everything else is pretty much what I've got, or if I haven't got it, I will go and search the groups for somebody that has taken a photo of it, because I just feel like, let's see if we've got any. Oh, there's my that's my behind the scenes photo. That's my me folding up the Christmas boxes. So this is a flyer because this was for my Christmas mystery boxes, and obviously I haven't taken a photo of them because they're a mystery. So I didn't want people to know what was in them, so I couldn't put products up, and also the products are worth more, so I can only put the price of the product. So for me, but that was something I did on Canva. That was my birthday presents from work. This is what I mean, like the stuff that I post isn't always Sensi, because I don't need to, because I'm consistent in posting inside my group. I get orders consistently without even following up, because people know that I'm still doing it, because I'm in my customer group all the time, all the time. I always, if I can find one. Oh, there's a Sensi post. But again, similar to Claire, this isn't this hand cream's 11 quid. Can you please buy it? It's my poor hands are so dry. This is definitely needed today. And my hands were like cracking because it wasn't today, it was yesterday. And it was so cold. And I literally got into the office and my hands were killing. So that's my desk at work. And Tinselberry is like my new favourite hand cream at the minute. I love it.
Posts like that is attraction marketing at its best.
Yeah.
Like it's all about how you word things. Yeah, you want to try and get a sale out of it, but just tweak the wording so it doesn't look like a salesy post.
It's just sharing. It's very similar to like influencer. You know, when you look at Instagram and you follow your favorite, you know, like I love Stacey Solomon, I love Mrs. Hinch, you know, and I look at the stuff that they use and they think, and actually our very own Lisa Allwood put a story up the other day with a hoodie thing that she'd got from Amazon. I was like, I need one of them in my life. It's amazing. I loved it. I was like, oh my God, I need one. And she put the link up. I was like, bonus, I'm going to order one of them with my birthday money. So it doesn't have to be, you know, she doesn't work for them. She's just sharing it. And that's what it's about. This is like, so social selling is sharing, and you using the products and sharing you using the products will get you more sales than just sticking a screenshot up of your website. 100%. It works 100%. But if you haven't been doing this consistently and you start doing this, it will take time to build. You know, we've been doing this consistently for 2.5 years, over 2.5 years. And we're now at a point where, you know, we can get the sales from it. But it does take time. It does take time, but it's time that's invested well. 100%. Like, honestly, I'm going to get the word consistent tattooed somewhere, because I must use it so many. If I had £1 for every time I used it, I think I'd be rich. So I'm going to try and find some thank yous from somewhere. So look, you can see my morning post, like they're all the same. Different mug, different day. With box. I mean, that's Laura's real life post, because I always use that one. It's Laura's hand. But it doesn't matter, because Laura shares those things and allows us to use them. So, you know, I always use that one with the whiff box. So that was sample packs. You know, there are so many different posts. Like, there is no right or wrong way of sharing sort of the products, but I was sending out 3 sample packs in the post to 3 new customers. Well, one's an existing customer, but she hasn't had the new catalogue. She'd recommended a friend into my group, and then someone had messaged me through my business page. So I just thought I'll send them out. But again, I've not offered them. I've just said, lovely sample packs ready to go out, and then I tag them in. Because one, I'm thanking them for wanting to try it, and two, people will be like, "Oh, what's that?" And plus, you get interaction. You know, like that's like 7 or 8 people that have liked that post, and they're all existing customers. But that means they'll see my post more often because they're interacting. This I'm going to talk about later, so I'm going to come back to this. I have it at the end of my notes, so I will come back to that. I'm trying to find a thank you post. I've brought a bit lax with my thank you post. So this, again, this is an example of the flyers because it's Disney. All of these photos are from Workstation because I still don't really know what we're supposed to do with Disney and compliance, and I don't want to mess it up. So I literally just stick to the marketing images. And to be fair, the marketed images for Disney are actually quite nice, and they're really good. They smack Disney all over, like they are 100% Disney. So I don't mind using flyers for that. What was this? Well, that was me sharing the Busta Rhymes podcast. You need to listen to that if you haven't listened to it. It's brilliant. Here we go. So this lady here, she is a brand new customer. I met her at my event. She spent 80 quid at my event. She then went on to spend £93 in this order. So I thanked her for that. Now, I've already thanked her in message because she's obviously messaged me. I thanked her, obviously, when she messaged me. But I thank every single customer for every single order in my customer group. 1, because it's nice to thank people. But 2, it's to show people what everybody else is buying. Because that creates FOMO and people go, "Oh, what's that? I like that. Can I have one of them?" It doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. I've had sales off the back of thank you posts. So it's definitely worth doing it. And your customers love it. And it's good customer service. So the other thing, which obviously you can see here, is I share my life. I share my life more in my customer group than I do on my personal profile. Because it's become such a habit that I literally just automatically go to my customer group to share something because that's just what I do. And because I just love all my customers. So obviously, like this, you got this. So this mug was bought for me by a friend who I work with, and I was not having a great time. I was kind of dreading going into work. So I told people that, and and that mug was very apt for that morning. And like I say, I told people that, and because actually people will resonate with you. I'm quite vocal about the fact that I've got anxiety. And I've had customers, because I've spoke about it in lives, and I've had customers message me and say, "I didn't realize you had anxiety. Like what you said really, really resonated with me." So don't be scared that if there's anything that you've got going on in your life and you're happy to share it, don't feel obliged, because if you really don't want to, you don't have to. But if you're happy to share something, you never know who you're going to reach. And if you just reach one person who feels better because they know they're not on their own, I think that speaks volumes. And that isn't even Scentsy related. Like, I feel like sometimes it's nice just to be just a normal person and not just a person that's trying to sell Scentsy. And I think you'll get more sales that way as well, because you genuinely are just being genuine. So here we go. What was this one? So this was me and Emily watching the snowman. I mean, I watched it more than she did before our team meeting. So that was literally just sharing. I'd done a bit of work, which is why my workstation had logged out. The dog was just being a dick. As per usual. She's about to jump on me, which is why she looks a bit weird in that photo. So I literally just share my wax change. That was my stall with my lovely paste table, because I haven't got another table. But you work with what you've got. One of my customers ordered on my website, so I thanked her for the website order. I've shared Frozen again. Literally, there's friends, and they're obviously my photos, my real life photos. That was when it snowed. I got up super early because I was well excited that it snowed. But I'm like a big kid. But again, I get interaction with these things. So this is the customer that he bought the swirling snowman for his girlfriend. My Grinch socks that I stole off Emily. I buy Frozen. Am I still there?
No, you're fine.
Yeah, it's all right. So
yeah, still there.
It said I was unstable. I was like, what? So yeah, literally, I just took a photo of my feet because I was freezing and I felt the need to take a photo of my feet. So just showing people what I was doing. But again, lovely interaction. That was a customer sharing in fact, that's one of Annie's customers. It's Annie's sister sharing the swirling snowman. That was a thank you for the bricks. Someone had ordered the bricks on the offer. That was me warming cranberry and tinsel at my market. Literally, like, there's my morning post again. Like, everything's pretty much, you know, it's quite repetitive, really, but it's what works. Thank you again for my customer. Another thank you for my customer. Offer for the bricks, but as well as a flyer for the offer, I use real life photos. These were all in the WhatsApp image sharing group, so these are all photos that you can use. I will check the chat in a minute, guys. I can't see it while I'm sharing. That was December incoming. That was transition. So it was the queue. Literally, I just share what I do. That was, oh my God, that was ridiculous that day. I had so many orders to deliver. I literally had nowhere to put those. So they were literally on my kitchen floor. So I just took a photo letting people know that I was delivering. Because that's what I was doing. I want people to see. Again, very similar to Claire, doing me cleaning. And I don't know if was there a warm in that one. You can't quite see the warm.
Definitely using the same counter clean.
I know. That was the 1st of December. So I had a little photo with my mug with my naughty elf. He is very naughty. Got toothpaste everywhere the other day. Didn't think that one through. I had to clean it up the next day and it like hardened on the sink. I was like, for God's sake.
I'm so glad I don't have to do the elf anymore.
You know what? I quite like it. Everyone's like, oh my God, I can't be bothered. I'm like, I love it. I love the magic. Emily's at that age where she's like, I know you put it out. I'm like, dear. I was like, I wouldn't squirt toothpaste all over the sink. Don't be stupid. I'm sat there thinking, oh my God, I'm lying to my child. But it's all in the spirit of magic. It's fine. Thanking my customer, honestly, like literally, oh, the baby buddies. Oh my God, I've got the baby buddies. They're so cute. I haven't got Stella the unicorn. I'll find them in a bit. I mean, I'm digressing completely, but I will have to show you. Watching I'm a Celeb, do my orders. Literally, this is just everything I do, Scentsy wise. That day, I was sat at my kitchen table, making up gifts for my customer. She'd ordered 3 bars of wax and 3 flowers, and I said to her, "Are they all gifts?" And she was like, "Yeah, they're all separate gifts." I was like, "Do you want me to gift wrap them?" She was like, "Oh my God, yeah." And then when I delivered them to her husband. And then I got a message a day later and she was like, "Thank you so much for gift wrapping them. That has saved me a massive job. I'm like super grateful." And literally, I'd already had the stuff in. Didn't take me that long because I'd already been doing it for my event. And it was, I know that she will then continue to buy from me because I've done her a favour. And I was already doing it. I had my phone. I've just snapped a photo. It's that easy. Like, I'm not joking. I bought about 1 million pairs of sports leggings with the phone holder in the side. My phone is with me at all times. I literally live and die in leggings and a jumper. I literally do. It's like my go-to uniform. And my phone is constantly with me. And I've got like 40,000 flipping photos in my phone. It's ridiculous. But it means that I have lots of content for my group because I'm already doing it. Don't make it hard for yourself. Don't keep thinking, oh my God, what am I going to post today? Because anything you do in Scentsy, whether you're, writing orders down, take a photo of your order book. That, people want to see that behind the scenes. People, like Claire said, people are so nosy. I'm nosy, really nosy. I love to look at what people are doing. I'm constantly looking at people thinking, oh, what are they doing? I'm terrible. I'm a proper curtain Twitter and everything. I love it.
Just digressing on to what you said about content, Emma, I forgot to mention earlier, one of my biggest like helpful tools within my customer group is the scheduling tool. You guys know that I have another job. I have a super busy life. So if I'm at home doing my Scentsy, on my days off from nursery, I won't schedule anything. I will just post as and when I'm around based on what I'm doing. When I am at nursery, my posts are scheduled in advance. It makes my life so much easier. So if you're in a position like where you have another job or you're super busy or you're not sure what to post when, just play around with the scheduling and set it up for a day where you've scheduled things at different times to go out, and then it just takes the stress away. It's not even stress, it just takes the fact that, oh, I know I need to post that, let me schedule it, and then I know it's gone and it's done.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a little.
Yes, 100%. I very rarely schedule. I do if I know I'm going to be really busy, but I'm quite blessed in the fact that because I have an office job, things like if I go to the toilet, I'm not even joking. I've told about 2 people in the team this before. I take my phone to the toilet, and I don't post in the toilet because obviously I'm not going to do that, but I do message people, and then I have a lunch break. And the job that I do, I take my lunch break. I ain't working through that, so I do my posting in my lunch break. So I wing it all the time, all the time. But scheduling is brilliant if you know you're going to be busy. So where we went somewhere. I think it was when we went to like the safari park. I posted pictures of the safari park, but I knew I wanted to post some Scentsy stuff, and I knew that I wouldn't really have a lot of Scentsy with us because it was raining all day, and it was like I didn't want to, get anything out. So I did schedule some posts then. So it is a great tool. So also, as part of your customer group, here, can you see this? This bit here, can you see my cursor? There, the chats. This is new. Well, not that new anymore, but it is new. You now have a chat facility which is attached to your customer group. You probably all know this, you probably all use it, but for people that will watch this back and may not have a customer group, I'm going to go through it anyway, so bear with me. Let's have a look, see if we can see all these. There we go. But I have to keep moving you around. What's it doing? Go on Google. Sorry, my internet is so ridiculous. The weather is so bad here. It's literally been like pinning it down all day. Here we go. So I have got lots of chats. I have a standard one that's just called Sense and Stars VIP chat, and that's where I just share all sorts of stuff. As you can see, I've done I did Sunday barks, a bit of a Mrs. Hinch word there, but that was when clearance had been updated a couple of months ago, and I just did a little sort of showcase of clearance. I talked about the starter kit. That was when I talked about the new catalogue when it came out. And basically you can invite all of your group members, or you can invite specific people, so you can tailor it to what you want to do. So if you've got a Barra bag and you only want to invite people that are local, you can do that, and they can opt in and out of this chat, so they'll get a notification to say whether or not they want to decline it or they want to join it. Most people will join it because they're nosy, like me. I always do. And then if I don't want to do it, I just switch notifications off. I did one for the Cyber Monday sale because I had an event. Again, look there. Oh, hold on. Natalie's coming back in. I did fancy a sniff of my whiff parts because I had them available. So that one went to local people. I shared the holiday Christmas collection. Like I do chats for all sorts of things. And it's just a different way of connecting with your customers. Because they're not always going to see your posts. As much as my customer group is very interactive, not everybody sees everything. So I do sometimes share things that I think they're not going to want to miss, like the brick deal, like a sale, like clearance being updated, all those sorts of things. I will share them inside the chat as well as in my group. So I just wanted to point that out for any of you that don't use it. It is a bit of a game changer. I do get quite a few sales through using the chat. And I've found out recently, as you know, personal specials. So if I want to sell a wax bar for £5, I can't share that publicly. You all know that. That's compliance. It's out of compliance to do that. However, it has been confirmed to another consultant, another director, that we can share personal specials inside the group chat facility. Not in your group, but in the chat. So I don't know if that will change, but for now, that's allowed apparently. So that's something else. So if you have a chat about a tenner Tuesday bag and you want to put in there that it's a tenner, but actually the products that are in there are worth more and you're giving them a bit of a discount, you are able to do that inside the chat, but not inside your group. So in your group, it's one or the other, products or price. And in the chat, you can do both. So I just thought I'd let you know that because I did see that the other day and I thought I need to share that. And I thought I'll do that now. So,
Good to know.
what else was I going to say? Yes, I wanted to talk about numbers. Don't get hooked on how many people you've got in your customer group, because you could have 1,000 people like your customer group and be inside your customer group. And if only 20 of them are buying, you might as well only have the 20 in there. It is, this is my husband's words. They are vanity metrics. They make you feel better when you've got more people inside your customer group. But if they're not buying, there is no point. Do not be scared to go through your customer group list and remove people that you think, you know what, they're never going to buy, because it slows down the algorithm, because they're not interacting. And if they're not going to buy, what's the point in them being there? Also, don't be afraid to mess the people that you're unsure of, message them and ask them. I've done this. I did it one day, it was about a year ago now, and I lost about 50 people in my customer group, but they were never going to buy from me. Some of them were like, yeah, remove me, I don't want to be in there anymore. Some of them actually said, please keep me in, and they then became a customer. So it was like they got a bit of a reminder and they were a bit like, oh, she's going to take me out, maybe I should buy something. And they have, and they've bought regularly. So don't be afraid to message them and just be like, I'm going through my group, you've not interacted, you've not bought anything from me, would you still like to be in there? If you do, would you like a sample pack? It's that simple. It's just an excuse to kind of connect with them and send them another message if they've ghosted you before and that sort of thing. Some of them will still ghost you, and then it's up to you what you decide to do. Some of them will respond and say, "Nah, take me out," which is fine. Don't be offended. I'm in a million groups, and there are some that I'm like, why am I even in this group? Like, you just like stuff, don't you? Because you just accept things. And then some people will still want to stay in, and if they do, that's an open door for you to then discuss with them. Okay, would you like me to share what Scentsy is? Would you like a sample pack? It's free. Would you like to try something? That sort of thing. So it's definitely an inroad to make those conversations. Ask for referrals into your customer group. So some people do this by giving stuff away, putting people into drawers. We're allowed to do giveaways if you're giving away something for free. And if you're not asking them to buy something to go in a giveaway, if that makes sense. So you can't do pay to play. So if you're saying to them, oh, if you put an order in before the end of December, I'll put you in a giveaway, that's not allowed. But if you say, add 5 people into my group, share my group and post it on your personal profile, and I'll put you in a giveaway, that's fine. Although I don't think you're allowed to tell them what you're going to give them, but you are allowed to tell them that they're going into one. And that's a really good way of building the people inside there, because you're just asking your existing customers or friends and family just to add people in that might be interested in Scentsy. And again, once they're added in, you then have an excuse to contact them, because you can thank them for being inside your group, you can talk to them about Scentsy, you can add them as a friend, and then you can talk to them about a borrow pack or a sample pack, and it's literally just an inroad into networking with new people. To make your customers work for you, because that's what this game is all about. It's all about referrals. It's very similar to like word of mouth. Like if someone says to me, oh my god, that bakery down the road has got like the best cakes, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to go and have a look because somebody's recommended. If I am looking, like we've been looking for new kennels for Bonnie, and I've been searching Facebook for posts about kennels in our area because I'd rather go on a recommendation. So if somebody is recommending their friend to your page, they're more likely to buy from you because they've been recommended. So don't be afraid to ask for people to do that. And then that leads into my other post that, let's see if I can find it. So I didn't know you could do this. You might already know this, and I might be way behind the game. However, I'm going to share it anyway. So, where the frig is it? The problem when you've got loads of posts in your customer group, though, good luck trying to find stuff. I go back and I'm like, oh, I posted about that a while ago. What did I put? And I try and search for it, and it's a flipping nightmare. Never find it.
I was just about to ask if you searched for it, like using the actual search bar.
There we go. I knew it was close by. So this is a thank you post for new people that have joined my group. Now, all of these people came from the event at the weekend. I have set this up to do it automatically. So I I don't know where it is. I will try and find it and show you where it is. But basically, I did a graphic in Canva. I amended the post to say, huge welcome, thank you for being here. If you'd like a free sample pack or you're local to Nottingham would like my borrow bag, please let me know. Please drop a gift below because that's, you know, a little bit fun. And then it tagged, what mine does is I've set it so that it does it every 3 people that join. So one person might join in December and 2 might join in January, but it won't do the post until after the other 2 people have joined. So sometimes it doesn't do it regularly, but it depends what you're doing. Like I've had events recently, so I've had quite a few joins, and mine's been quite regular. But I didn't know you could do this. I know that you could welcome people in, but I didn't know you could set it up automatically. Absolute game changer, because I forget to do this all the time, all the flipping time. It's ridiculous. And I actually had, I don't think it was in this one, but I had one further down where I'd actually welcomed somebody in. She's not from Nottingham, but her cousin is, and she was already in my group. I don't know how that happened. She was. And so she tagged her in and was like, do you want my borrow bag? So that's someone I can now connect with and be like, do you want my borrow bag? So it definitely works. And I'll see if I can find where it is.
I'm pretty sure it's in the admin assist section
Yeah.
to set that up. I've set mine up to, when new people join my group, I've set mine up to schedule every Sunday to do a welcome post.
Yeah.
So I've not set mine to do 3 people. Mine's set to do however many people join from Sunday to Sunday.
Yeah. So like Claire's done it completely different to me, and I've done it for every 3 people. So if you go into admin assist in your group, it's here, look. So publish a welcome post, and obviously I've customized mine. They do have a standard one that you can use if you want to, but I tailored mine because I thought, you know what, I want people to have sample packs and I want people to have my borrow bag, and that is a good way of sort of just getting it out there. So I wanted to let you know about that, because I didn't know about it until not that long ago. I've only just started doing it, and it was an absolute game changer, because actually you can't welcome people on your phone. You know, like you can go onto your laptop and you can actually welcome. I can't do that on my phone. The Apple app won't let me. So it's a pain in the arse, because I could never do it. And then I was never around my laptop to be able to then go on and welcome people. And then I'd forget. And then it was just a whole drama. So
Natalie said she didn't know about that either, and she's on an iPhone, whereas I'm on an Android and I can do it on my phone. That's interesting.
Yeah, well, I know that the Android does more. The iPhone's quite simplistic, whereas the Android's a little bit more complex. And Chris can do loads more stuff on his Android than I can on my iPhone. But I'm still never switching. I'm still never switching. So right, I'm going to stop the share because that is all of my notes. But reiterating what Claire said, it is all about being yourself. It's about sharing who you are, what you're doing. You know, like I said, people are nosy, but people want to know who you are. They want to know that they're buying from a real person that's not just some random, because it is, you know, it's random buying from someone out of a Facebook group. It is really, if you think about it. It's, you know, it's not going into a shop that you already know. It is buying from somebody. And if your face isn't out there and they don't know who you are, they're not going to buy from you, because they're not going to trust who you are. They're not going to trust they're going to get their, you know, they're going to get their goods, and, you know, they're transferring money to you, like bank transfer, PayPal, like, you know, that money could just disappear. I mean, I know you're not going to do that, but they don't know that. So, you know, making sure that people know who you are, and you don't have to share everything, you really don't. But, you know, even if you're just showing that behind the scenes stuff, packing orders or cleaning up or changing your wax, you know, like I keep forgetting to show people how to actually change their wax. Do you know how many people I get and like, how do you change the wax? And I'm like, really? They don't know. They really don't know. And I'm like, oh, just get some cotton wool and stick it in and it'll soak it up. And they're like, oh my God, that's so easy. I'm like, yeah, I know. And they just don't know. So, you know, that sort of thing that you're doing all the time, because if you're like me, I've got my flipping warmers on all day, every day. You know, they don't know how to do that. So that's the perfect content for you. And you can do it over and over again, because actually there'll be more people joining your group and people won't see it because it will disappear in, you know, in the flipping massive ether that is Facebook. So, you know, this sort of thing you can repeat like consistently, because like I say, people aren't going to see it. So don't be scared to just show people what it is that you're doing. Like most of the time, I show people the mess of my office or the fact that I've got flipping sensi all over my living room floor because I'm packing orders. You know, if I make samples, I try and get them to guess what samples I'm making. Honestly, anything goes. Anything goes. It's literally like, you know, the world is your oyster when it comes to posting. It really is. But please, 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 if I could give you any advice, please just don't screenshot your website. Please just don't screenshot Sensi's website. Just please don't, because it's not attractive. People aren't going to buy from a screenshot on your website. They're not. They're really not, because they want to see what the product does. They want to see the real life photos. Like our warmers are not done. There's no justice done in the catalogue for our warmers. Like there really isn't, because they are beautiful. And a real life photo, especially if you use Tam's photo, Tam Richards' photos are flipping amazing. And I try and share as many of them as I can. But you just can't get, like, you can't capture how amazing our warmers are in the catalogue or on the website. You just can't. So please don't be lazy and screenshot your website. Please take a couple of more minutes to go into the groups, search for whatever warmer that you want. You know, like I'm looking at the crushed diamond now. Like if you go into the R2 images, if you go into group Let Sparkle, if you go into our group and you type in crushed diamond, 100% it will come up, because they're everywhere, especially like they're in the Thursday deals for ages, weren't they, the Monday deals. So you will 100% find a real life photo of something. Now there are exceptions, like scent of the month, unless we get the subscription come through with Box as well. Like sometimes you need to use a flyer, but 9 times out of 10 there are real life photos for everything. So please, please, beg you, just use a real life photo, because it will be a massive game changer in your business. And I can't even tell you, you'll have seen this in other trainings, other consultants are the same. Like they all use real life photos because that's what sells, and that's the game we're in. You know, we need to make sales. We're here to make money and have a thriving business, and you know that's what we're here to help you do. You know, we don't have to do this. You know, this is a privilege. It's not an obligation for us to do this for you, but we want to, because we want to see you thrive. We don't want to see you quit. We don't want to see you give up. We don't want to see you struggle. We want to help you. And showing up for the training is a first step, and I am honestly truly grateful for you all turning up, because it makes such a difference to your businesses and to us to know that you're actually here and committed. So thank you. Right, are there any questions? I haven't checked the chat because I'm useless. I have to log on to my laptop. Yeah, nah, that's exactly the same as me. Honestly, you need to go and do the automatic one. It's a game changer. Absolute game changer. Oh, Annie, my sister loved the snowman so much she wanted to share it in your group too. Oh, honestly, I don't mind Wendy sharing it. I love the fact that she shared it, because it's still in stock. Can you believe it's still in stock, the swirling snowman? I'm absolutely shocked. It needs to sell out before Christmas. Okay, what else have we got here? I don't feel comfortable thanking people in my group because a lot of orders are gifts. Yeah, so I always check if it's a gift, and I don't share it if it's a gift, ever. But I always check. So if you check and it's a gift, then yeah, don't share it. But 9 times out of 10, a lot of my customers are buying it because for themselves. So I share it because they're buying it for themselves. But yeah, if it's a gift, I never do. I never share it for that. Did you want to say something, Nat? About notebooks. I might have to say sure I've got. Do you share about that, Marie? Do you share about your notebooks and your stationery habit? Because 100% people have got that same habit, and you'll resonate with people about that.
You should share it, Marie.
100%. Marie, I need to check the analytics as well for best times. Don't overthink it. Just post whatever. Because I don't know about you, but if I go onto my Facebook and scroll, which is not very often because I don't get time, but if I go onto my Facebook and scroll, I'm seeing posts from 5 days ago. Don't matter what time they posted it, I'm seeing it 5 days later. So don't get bogged down with things like the analytics, because actually it don't really matter, because Facebook do what they fucking want anyway. and they always have, and they always will. You know, the main thing you want to be doing is being consistent, commenting on every, like Claire said, replying to every comment so that Facebook know that you're making connections. That sort of stuff is what's important. Don't worry about what time to post, just post whenever. Like I've posted at like 10 o'clock at night before because I've not realized what time it was. And I was like, shit. But it doesn't matter because, you know, people were actually up and scrolling in bed. So I actually got interaction from it. You know, I get more interaction from my first morning post because people are in bed scrolling or up having a coffee or a tea scrolling. So, you know, and I don't check my analytics. I just do it because that's the time I've got to do it. So don't bog yourself
I
down.
wouldn't even know how to check mine.
I do know how to check it because Chris has shown me. But Chris never checks his. He's a social media marketer. He never checks his analytics, just posts. It's just like if I post enough, they'll see it. And that's the mentality. If you post enough, they will see it. And never ever be afraid to post too much because if people don't want to read it, they'll just scroll on by. Scroll on by because that's what everybody does. Just scroll on by. They're not interested. They'll scroll past and no one died. Like literally, like don't worry about what everybody thinks. Like I got my nose pierced today and everyone's like, oh, you're having a midlife crisis. I was like, no. I was like, I'm well embracing 40. I cannot wait. But I've always been one of those people that's always been a little bit outside the lines, as it were. Like I don't do what people expect of me. I never have. And you know, I love piercings. I've got loads of piercings. I've got all my ears done. I had my tongue done, but I had to take it out. And I've never had my nose done. And I thought, oh, I fancy a new piercing. I was like, I'm going to treat myself for my 40th. And I got my nose done. And, you know, people's opinions, I couldn't give a flying what people think because ultimately it's my life. My life. I do what I want. Even Chris was like, oh, are you getting your nose pierced? I was like, yeah. Like, I just don't care. I was like, yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Big, and, you know, same with your business. Do what you want. Do what you want because they're going to have an opinion regardless. So just do what you want. And if people don't like it, guess what? There is a remove button and a block button on Facebook. And I'm telling you now, if there are people out there that aren't supporting you or lifting you up or celebrating you, they ain't worth having in your life. So, you know, use those tools of remove and block and unfollow and all the rest of it, because actually the only person that matters is you and what you want to do and how you want to run your business, and everybody else's opinions don't matter at all. And that has gone off a complete tangent, but I felt like I need to say it. So, right, is there any questions? Anybody want to come off mute and share anything or ask any questions?
I am loving the comments in the chat.
Yeah.
We love that you guys have showed up. So thank you all for showing up. We love doing this kind of thing, don't we?
Oh, thank you guys. Honestly, the comments are lovely. You know, we just love. I love training. I've realised since I've done Sensi that I actually do love this part of the job. So I do it because I love it. I do it because I love you guys, and I do it because I want to help you all. And I know Claire feels the same. So yeah, we are very grateful that you're here and that you turned up and that you signed on that join button. Not signed it, you know what I mean. Press the join button.
I have a question, if that's all right.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
How do you find a balance between your group and your page? Because I found myself repeating myself and then I just stopped apart from cent of the month with the page.
Yeah, so I don't post on my page, my business page, that regularly. And I mainly stick to licensed stuff because that's the stuff that gets searched. So don't, you know, even if you repeat your posts, don't worry about it because you'll have completely different audiences on both platforms. So if it's easier for you to repeat your posts and that keeps you consistent, do that. It honestly, it really doesn't matter. But I personally tend to stick to things like licensed stuff, and I do actually stick to like flyer type stuff on my business page because it is very much more, I see it as more professional. Whereas my customer group is like free for all. Do what you want. Do what you want, post what you want. And I have my customers, they post what they want as well. Like I don't have approval on, they just post whatever. And mainly it's stuff that, you know, Sensi stuff that they share. But yeah, that's how I do it. So my business page is nowhere near as consistent as my customer group, nowhere near, because it's probably a couple of times a week, and that's consistent enough for my business page. What about you, Claire?
Mine is exactly the same. I do not show my face on my business page. I do not share anything about my life on my business page. It is literally just Disney, Harry Potter, warmer of the month, scent of the month. It's just basically it's pretty much the same as Emma, flyer based, very sporadic in my posts. It's not scheduled, not routine, regimented or anything. I kind of forget sometimes that my business page is even there because I'm putting so much effort into my customer group. So yeah, basically
it is something I want to work on. I actually went live on my business page today, which is the first time I've ever done that. I went live in my customer group with the Wonka bars, and I was like, so I'm going to go live on my business page, and I did. I mean, nothing came of it, but you know, to be fair though, I did sell two collections of it about 2 days later to a customer that's she's not really active in my customer group. She is in there, but she never posts. So you never know. That could have been from the live. Could have been. But no, that is something that I want to work on personally, because the more I'm consistent with the business page, the more I know it's going to get shared and seen. Because have you ever seen on your Facebook feed, it will say suggested for you, and it will come up with lots of business pages. So Facebook will suggest your business page if people are searching for the same thing all the time, and you're obviously posting about that stuff. So it is something that I definitely need to work on. And this is what I mean, like, you know, none of us are perfect. We've all got these things that we need to improve, and we may be bossing our customer group, but actually, you know, we still have areas where we both need to improve as well. So it's all about sort of sharing the ideas and being accountable for ourselves as well. I'm nodding like you can see me. That's all right. Nod away. Any more questions? Anybody else got anything they want to share or ask before we wrap up? Because we've been on for just over an hour now, and I'm going to go and have a cup of tea. Okay, guys. I'm recording this, so I will share it so you can watch it back. And I'm not doing that tonight. I'll do that tomorrow. I will then post it in the group. So if there are any other questions, obviously you can just tag it in the post and we'll answer. But you know, our inboxes are always open, so if you ever need anything, you know where we are. But thanks again for coming, and I will hopefully see you all next week for our next one. What is our next one on, Claire?
Our next one is
you literally told me at the beginning and I can't remember.
I know, I've got to go back through my notes.
I'm so bad.
Networking, how to find your customers. That's on the 14th of December.
Yeah, so I'll be posting about that in the next few days with the new Zoom link. So yeah, hopefully see you all there. Right, see you later, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you all.